I think if anybody knows about sustainable consumption, it will have to be the citizens. I mean, we cannot, in the end, only through politics change consumption patterns. You also need the active involvement of citizens. And that is why it's so important to try to have this dialogue among citizens and with citizens and politicians. How do we together develop more sustainable consumption patterns? I actually believe that these issues around sustainable consumption, it's one of the most challenging issues for politicians these days, because if you go very close to individual citizens' consumption, that's sort of almost private. There's a threshold. How close can the politician go? And I think that it would be extremely useful for politicians to have an informed public reflecting over this. Where are the borders between what we expect the politicians to do? Put up targets, prices, labeling systems, a lot of things politicians can and must do, but where are the limits? Where is it that the personal responsibility will take over and my personal choice as a citizen, but also as a consumer, sort of weighs in? So that is why I think this is a crucial thing. There are limits to politics. Politics can only do so and so much. And I would not like to live in a society where only the politicians sort of told us how we should make our consumption more sustainable. It also requires personal responsibility and inclusion of the citizens. Well, I think it's fantastic that you have 100 citizens spending a whole Saturday, half of their weekend, sitting there discussing, wanting to be part of a more informed public. So whatever we can do to try to bridge better between the politicians, the decision makers, and the citizens, that it's all about, the better. I would hope that the results from all these meetings today in different countries in Europe, that would be sent to, of course, to the national decision makers, but also to decision makers at the European level. Because as I said, this is one of the areas where I think many politicians and decision makers feel that they are a bit in the dark. How really to tackle this, how to start to talk about the moral obligation we have to consume in a more sustainable manner without sort of getting too close to what citizens can accept. I would personally be extremely interested in getting the conclusions from today's deliberations.